Hey Libra, welcome to Glow in the Dark Tarot. As promised, I am about to do your extended. Okay? So, Libra, now that I've put the clarifying cards on top of the cards in your original spread, I know there's like a little bit of a glare. Don't worry, I'll hold up the cards so you can see them. But I'm really excited to do this read for you because I really just kind of want to get in it. If you hear me taking breaks, I'm trying to hydrate right now. So don't be alarmed. I also feel like I'm coming down with a cold, so you might hear little sniffles. I may sneeze at some point. Also, if you hear something that sounds like a helicopter in the background or a fan, it's my space heater because I'm cold. All right, Libra. So, in the previous video, I talked about how you have been one step ahead of the other signs who have gone through this humongous transformation. Excuse me, I've forgotten to put a card out. There we go. But you have been one step ahead of 2-3 steps ahead of other signs that have been going through these awakenings, these transformations over the past few months. You've been months ahead, maybe even years ahead of just really glowing up and evolving as a person. So as far as you being in a position where you have to question yourself of where you're coming from, Libra, I'm not worried about that for you. You know who you are and you know what you want. The problem is your confidence is affecting other people and their confidence and their self-esteem and how they feel about you. Do you get what I'm saying? Like in the other reading, I said that I don't really think that you're being bothered by this stuff. But I think part of you sometimes is like, why are you so worried about me? Why are you minding my business? You know? So I definitely feel that energy for you. I definitely feel like you have made up your mind that what you are going to stay away from, you're going to stay away from, and what you're moving forward to, you're moving forward to it. You know what you want. You feel confident in yourself. You feel confident and comfortable in the place that you are in right now and in the things that you have created and your ability to keep creating. You are not worried about you in the wrong way. So, as far as your extended is concerned, like I said, with the Three of Wands being the first card in the spread, you have been taking your stance and looked at the world as your oyster. You were looking out and saying, what do I want? And you have every right to go after it. Now, I do think you're kind of still in the planning mode. I don't think that you're being too conspicuous with it. I think that you are kind of moving in silence, whatever your next plans are. But I do feel like you are looking to make a lot of boss moves. Now, for the people with the Five of Wands who have a problem with it, I don't really think it breaks your heart. And whether this was an ex-lover, whether this was an ex-job, whether this was something that did have this in the upright at some point, you're over it. You're done. You're done. If anything in this reading has to do with love or past lovers, I think you have gotten to a point where you see it for what it is and you see the person or the situation for what it was. And it doesn't break your heart anymore. And if anything, you know it was for your good. You know you'll be all right because you are all right. You're not interested in anything else that can bring you confusion either. Like I said before, I think that sometimes you do think back or you do kind of get confused as to why this negative energy is there. I don't think that this negative energy is overwhelming. I think it could be overwhelming if you wanted it to be. But that's not you. You're not going to let it consume you like that. But you are kind of like, why the fuck? But at the same time, you're not interested in it. You're not interested in it. You're not interested in any bullshit. You're not interested in any fuckery. You're not interested in anything that brings you confusion. And you might have some confusion within yourself, but I think that's normal when we're trying to figure out our next moves and what we want to do and how we want to be. Anything that threatens that further or makes that more complicated, you're not for it. So this death card, right? In the other video, I talked about how this death card, I think, was more gradual than anything. I think if anything, it's a little bit more of you silencing the haters or silencing the bullshit. I also think it was a part of you that died, or an old self, or an old life, you know, that you used to have. And I don't feel that you particularly feel any kind of way about it, especially with this Three of Swords in the reverse. I feel like you more feel like this death card was necessary, especially if you're aware of it, because this death card led you to the center of the reading and pretty much your center, which is the Nine of Cups. So whatever caused this death card to come out, it was necessary. This could be a tower that you decided to knock down. This could be something that just knocked down on its own. Either way, you feel that it was necessary. I think that's so interesting that you have the tower clarifying the death card. Like, something had to end, right? Something had to die. You aren't interested in fighting. You aren't interested in really just entertaining the bullshit. You're not interested in entertaining anything that fucks with your center. You're just not. You have everything that you need. You have everything that you need. I'm not fighting with you. I'm not arguing with you. I'm not gonna, take every little fucking comment that you say to me, or, I'm not gonna, personally, I'm not gonna let you, like, say that one thing that used to piss me off and used to press my buttons and I used to, like, just go off on you, and I'm not, no. Why? Why though? Like, I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in that bullshit. That petty shit. That immature shit. Don't come at me like that. I'm focused. I'm focused. And you're moving on with this Chariot card. Whatever it is you're moving on from, whatever it is that you're moving forward with, whether this is from an ex-lover, whether this is from an old job, whether this is from an addiction, whether this is from an old way that you used to be, you are determined to move on. That's what you're doing, and you're putting on a smile. You're in a good mood about it. Hey, how you doing? I'm moving on. Hey, what? Nope, sorry. Moving on over here. And some people do have a problem with it. Some people do have a problem with it. But, I mean, that doesn't stop you moving on. Like I said, you have made up your mind, but it is what it is, right? Now, again, before I said that with the World card in the reverse and with the Two of Pentacles in the reverse, I do feel like there is a part of you that acknowledges probably this need to end a cycle. I think you want to. I do think you're being a little hesitant about it, though. I think you have the courage to walk up to that cliff, but you're sticking like a toe out over the cliff, but you haven't quite pushed yourself over that cliff. You haven't quite leaped and trusted that the net will appear, because I think you're smart enough to know that it might not, but it will. It will. And that's affecting your ability to 100% trust your ability to manifest and to grow. I think that you know that you can grow and that you can manifest things and that you can create things. But I think you're holding yourself back a little bit until to realizing the full extent of what you can manifest, because I think part of you is a little scared because this is a little new. I don't think you're terrified. And again, I don't think that you're allowing other people's bullshit to really stop you from doing what it is that you're going to do. But I think on the personal side, you're a little bit nervous. You're not taking any leaps of faith though, on the things that you don't trust, on the things that you don't think are fair. If you have a toxic boss, and if that boss, for example, is one of the people who you don't really understand what the fuck their problem is, you're not fucking with it. You're not taking any leaps of faith there. You're not gonna, plant any seeds there. I do think a part of you is sifting out what is trustworthy and what isn't trustworthy. Who is trustworthy and who isn't. And I don't think you're doing that with the negative energy. I think you're really just taking notes. Sorry for blowing my nose. Okay. So the Temperance card, clarifying the Queen of Wands. Like I said again, like, you are pretty even keeled. You know what you're doing. You know what you need to do for you. You know how you need to feel for you. You know what's worth your time and you know what's not. You know what's important and what's not. And you are keeping an even balance within yourself, because you know firsthand that balance is important. But you also know that your center, your emotional balance, your perspective directly affects what you can grow and where you can go in your life and what you can do. If your inner foundation becomes shaky, then your external foundation becomes shaky. Right? Queen of Swords, clarified by the Six of Cups. So like I said in the other video, you aren't really for any bullshit. You're cutting shit out. You're stopping stuff in its tracks before it even has a chance to really seep down in and mess with you, even on your weak days. I do think you are kind of looking back at some of the things that you've done right. I think you're looking back at some of the things that you've done wrong and maybe you need to tweak. I think that you're looking back on some of your past decisions. I don't feel like you have regrets, but I do feel like you are thinking back on how it is that you got to the place that you are now, whether it's with your career, whether it's with your love life, whether it's with your finances. And you're looking at that in a different perspective. You're looking at it in the perspective of, what decisions did I make in the past? How do I feel about those now? What do I want to do? And how do I want to go about it? And again, like I said in the previous video with the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, you're not holding on to anything that anyone wants to feed you. You're not holding on to any beliefs that people are telling you that you should believe in. If this is an ex, if they tell you that you're never going to get any better than them, you're not believing that shit. Whoops. Hold on, Libra. My camera fell. 1 second, guys. It's so funny. I've been having all the problems in the world with my camera and with uploading videos. I guess it just makes the videos more authentic. That's what I say. 1 second. There we go. I will finish this quickly before my camera falls again. So, again, you're not really interested in having dogma shoved down your throat, which is what I was saying before my camera fell, and it's trying to fall again. So, like I said in the previous video, You're not interested in immature offers. You're not interested in things that aren't well thought through. Things have to approach you in a certain way. Things have to match your glow up, basically. Or else you're not going to accept it. And this might not even be enough. It's better than a page. But it ain't quite a king now, is it? But you will be moving forward. You will be moving forward with your offers to other things, to other people. And you will be gleaning the offers that you get from other people. And don't worry, Libra. You're doing the right thing. And you will get there. This Nine of Pentacles will be in the upright. The things and the people around you won't be so insecure. I don't think it makes you feel insecure, but it won't be so insecure. Everything will get better. Everything will match your confidence in due time. So Libra, thank you for watching Glow in the Dark Tarot. Please feel free to leave me a comment. Please feel free to click the thumbs up button or a thumbs down button. Please feel free to subscribe. If this reading resonated with you, great. If it did not, please let me know. I want to hear what you guys are thinking. Sorry for the very authentic, quote-unquote, video with my sniffling nose and my camera falling. But hopefully you enjoyed this reading. I enjoyed the reading. Libra, like I said, continue with the glow up. You know who you are. You have your center. You got this. Look forward for another video from me soon. Bye.